Hi everyone and welcome back. I've come on today to show you these two little cute boxes. Ignore the tissue paper, it just doesn't match. But we're going to make these and we're going to make them from one sheet of cardstock. And I'm using the Very Vintage stamp set. And we're using this one. And then this sentiment. And they're just two little cute boxes. And you could use them for whatever you like. So, we're going to use Lovely Lipstick, and you are going to cut that at 8 1/4 by 6 1/2, and that's going to be your first box. And then for your second box, again you want 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. Just double check, 8 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you're just going to have a thin piece like that left. So that's the only bit of wastage. And then we'll do the scoring. So taking the larger one, I'm just going to check you can see, yep. And on the short side you want to score, that's the 6 1/2 inch side, at 2 inches, 3 inches, 5 inches and 6 inches, and then turn that onto the long side and score at 1. And then where we've made these two small 1 inch slits, you want to score at 1 1/2 inch down to about 6 1/2, and then at 5 1/2 inches to about the same. And then on the smaller one, just look at my measurements, on the short side, on the long side, you're going to score at 3 inches, 4 inches, 7 inches and 8 inches. Onto the shorter side and score at 1 inch. And the same again, score at 3 1/2 inches, just down so far, and at 7 1/2 inches. And that's all the scoring. Then taking a metal ruler, and on the end of where we've just scored, you want to make a triangular mark into those corners. I'll hold that up in a minute so you can see. So you want to do that on both pieces. And then we'll do that on this one as well. And it just creates a nice angled edge on your box side, I mean. And on this one as well. And I'll just hold that up so you can see. If you can just see that there. So from the bottom of there you've scored into each corner. And then for the larger box you're going to want a piece of Whisper White, and that wants to be cut at 1 3/4 inches by 7. And that's that piece. And for the smaller box, you're going to want another white piece, and that's going to measure 3 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So then moving that to one side, we're going to stamp our lovely vintage flower image in the Lovely Lipstick. And we're just going to randomly stamp all over. How beautiful is that? It's quite juicy, this ink pad, as it's brand new. And then there we go. So I am just going to put that to one side As you can see there, it's quite juicy, so we'll just put that to one side and stamp the smaller piece wherever that's just gone. There we go. So we're just creating our own DSP, and it just goes to show that you don't always need DSP. If you haven't got it and you've just got minimum supplies, you can just create your own quite nicely using what you've got. There we go. So that's that. And then while we're there, for the squares, I'm going to make this one slightly smaller because it's just a little bit too wide for me. So that's going to measure, I'm using the wrong colour. Just a second, it's because I did it in lovely lipstick. So if you are adding your sentiment, you will need a little bit of extra cardstock. So you want 2 white pieces. They're going to measure 1.5 by 1.5 inches. And then on the tall box, it's going to be 1 5/8 of an inch by 1 5/8. For the tall one. And for the smaller one, it's going to be 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. I'd forgotten then. Right, so that's those. So make sure you don't get those mixed up. I've done 2 3/4. Ignore me. It's because I'm trying to film it when all my girls are in. Right. So that's the first one. And then that one. Right, so I'm going to use my sentiment and ink that up, not too much. I'm going to stand up because I don't want to get my head in. Hope that's straight. Yeah. So that's one. Then we're going to do it again. And there we go. Just going to move them and put my ink away. Move that to one side, and then we can get on with putting the box together. Let's move that. Right, so let's bring back in the tall box. So you want to fold and burnish on all of your score lines. Really easy to make these simple boxes. And then we want to cut away. So you want to cut up these small squares and notch. And again on this one, notch. And then taking out that little rectangle at the bottom. And then slightly notching here. And then we'll just run some tape along this edge. There we go. And then before we remove that, we're going to stick on, dry, working out where your front is, so it's this one. And we're going to stick that on there, like that. There we go. I'm just trying to get a few videos up before I go away for 2 weeks on Tuesday. We're going to Gran Canaria for 2 weeks. So I want to get a couple of videos filmed before I go. Don't want you to think I've gone anywhere. So then you just close that up like that. And then folding in the 2 sides and the back. And then run some glue along here and close up the front. And you can just pop your bone folder in there. And then remembering which one's which, this one. Just going to pop some glue along there. There we go. And then we'll pop a dimensional or 2 on the back. And I'm just going to find a place for that. About there. And then the sides, you can just pinch the top and then the sides will just press in like that, where we made the creases. Like that. And then what I did was I just took 2 clips to hold that down. And then we've got this gorgeous tulle ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a bow. So all of these products are in the new annual catalogue. If you do want these and you don't have a demonstrator, my link will be in the description bar below, where you can find all of these beautiful products. So there's the bow, not bad. I'll just chop that one off. So that's box number 1. How cute is that? It does look much better, slightly smaller. So that's number 1. And then box number 2, really easy as well. So again, you want to fold on all the score lines. And on this one, there's just a very thin edge on there, so make sure you fold that. And then again, we're just going to cut up exactly the same as the other one. A notch, cut up, a notch, and then notch on this last rectangle and take that out. And then you can just take a slight bit out at the top, and then we're going to find the front and attach our DSP. So run some glue along the back. There we go. And then same again with the smaller piece, the sentiment. And you really can make some beautiful boxes even if you don't have the DSP. And that's what I was really wanting to show, that you don't need, you don't need to have it all if you've only got minimum supplies. And then I'm going to pop that one in the centre like that. And then again, we're just going to take some double-sided tape. You could use glue if you want to. Just going to remove the backing and then close the box up in exactly the same way as we did the other one. Fold in the back, the sides in the back, and then run your glue along the front. and then again you can pop your bone folder in there, and then you just squeeze in the sides, and that will just push down where we scored them sides. And then you can take your tissue, which matches this time, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Oh, I did actually put a bit of the ribbon behind the sentiment on that one. Just zoom in so that you can see. So there they are. This one is Blackberry Bliss. Absolutely gorgeous colour. I absolutely love it. And then that one's got some DSP on. But for the video, I just wanted to show you that you don't need DSP for everything. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that project. Do give me a thumbs up if you liked it, and all the links in the description bar will be below. See you next time. Bye.